Hello, I'm Tricia Harvey from the BESS group against the proposed Mico Drips Farm, Thorntonhall BESS. We have been fighting for over a year against the Apatura proposed development, which effectively is industrialisation of our green belt. That is why we are asking the residents of Thorntonhall, Jackton and Busby to help us fight this proposal and to object as soon as the application goes live.
So we've all endured the horrendous traffic over the last 14 weeks caused by the upgrade to the Glasgow East Kilbride railway line. The problem is now the BESS is going to give us another 2 years of traffic, and it's going to increase exponentially. And we're going to see an increase in white vans, lorries, HGVs up to a gross weight of 26 tonnes, around 90 to 100 round trips a day. So that's a lot of traffic. These roads here are just not built for it. This increase in traffic volume is going to impact on quality of life, and if you're a walker or a rider or a cyclist, it's going to make it almost impossible to use and enjoy the country lanes.
So given that there's currently a Scottish Fire Rescue Service campaign happening about the risks around lithium-ion batteries in houses, I think people have probably seen in the news electric bikes blowing up. That's a similar situation to what could happen with the BESS, but at a much larger scale and with much larger potential impact in terms of the toxic fumes and the impacts on people's health. And if you look at the example in California at Moss Landing, which is a similar size BESS, slightly bigger, which had a thermal runaway fire recently. There's currently a campaign around the health impacts on that fire. People have been impacted with metallic tastes, nosebleeds, and concerns around ultimately damage to their health, to their lungs from that fire. And it's something that could happen here. You only need to look at some of the examples from around the world.
The Scottish Government provides guidelines for councils to follow regarding noise levels, with permitted levels varying by time of day, daytime, evening and night. The noise output of 100 BESS containers 100 feet from a container is likely to be between 75 and 79 decibels. This is at least twice the recommended level at daytime, evening and night. The noise impact will not just be limited to Thorntonhall, it will also affect residents in Busby. I think what you have to think about the noise is it's a bit like tinnitus. And tinnitus is one of the most irritating medical complaints because it's a persistent noise in your ear. There's a lot of people who walk around Thorntonhall. The visual impact of this would be really quite devastating to Thorntonhall residents.
The BESS will destroy 8 acres of green belt with the implications for nature and climate crisis, habitat and amenity. Beyond the site, local roads will be widened by removing hedges to allow access for 26-ton vehicles. Currently, you have an attractive countryside walk going through green fields and green belt, and that's going to be completely destroyed. It will be unrecognisable in part because part of it will become a tarmac access road alongside a noise-generating industrial site with high metal fencing and security lighting. There are too many negative impacts for this location.
It is evident that there is a lack of strategy locally and nationally throughout Scotland for the siting and the structured development of the battery energy storage systems, BESS. Apatura's lack of transparency has been in evidence from day one. Their refusal to engage and respond to questions that have been voiced continuously from residents of Jackton, Thorntonhall and Busby. Their refusal to answer and their failure to consult accurately raises very real and worrying concerns, not only in this development, but throughout the whole of Scotland. The next step is to ensure Apatura and Scottish Government hear our voice. To do that, we all have to object. To ensure you are kept informed on how and when to do this, please make sure you send your email address to bess@thorntonhallbess.com. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video to the end.